Do you play with those nails? I'm gonna ask for sure that.
Yeah, I lost one, I play. I full nail.
You okay? Do you want to switch?
Yeah.
Your left profile is the best one. I like your right one too, huh? Okay, let's switch. No problem.
Yes. This feels better.
This feels better. I'm on the right, guys. Never happened. I mean, never happened in the story of this podcast, huh?
I think you look really good on this side.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thank you.
Why is your left profile your best one in your opinion? I mean, I love both of yours.
No, it's not like the best one, but I always, when I do shoots and stuff, I don't know. And the thing is also, when people say, let's say you have a partner and you always sleep on the same side.
Yeah.
You should sometimes switch because it brings like...
It's like when you run, then you run on the opposite side, so
Yeah.
it gives you like a boost on both legs.
Exactly.
That's the way it is. Right profile, left profile. This is ALISHA LEHMANN. I'm Carlo Pastore. Welcome at Small Talk, because we like to talk about small things that can become very big, and we like to explore what's in the, that panorama, which is our youth. And your youth especially. How are you doing first?
Yeah, I'm fine. Totally fine.
Fine.
Just training, so I feel good.
You feel good. You always feel good. And that's nice to me because it's something that like only a few has like in their own life, which is like being always so positive, so happy. And you seems like you are that kind of person. I mean, It seems to me that you are that kind of person.
I think I grew up like that, since I'm young, I was always happy in everything. And now I always wake up with a smile. Maybe not the first hour, after I woke up, but after, when I arrive at training and stuff, I try to make everyone laugh. And I'm positive always, I guess.
That's very fine, because in this episode, we're going to explore like the idea of youth, which is behind the meaning of the word Juventus, the team you play for. And we're going to explore your youth too. We have 2 microphones. This is going to be like an unfiltered chat. And we have a ritual first at that Small Talk, which is like bringing a picture of your childhood era, like when you were a child. So did you bring it to us?
I did.
All right, bring it to the table, but not show it to the camera, please, because we are going to show everybody what's inside this picture at the very end of the show. So this is the picture ALISHA brought to us. Oh, I saw it. That's good. That's very good.
I think it suits me.
Wait till the end of the show, because this is going to be great.
Exactly.
How were you as a kid? Tell me where you grew up. I cannot proper say the name of your village. Could you please say it for us?
Tagaci.
Tagaci.
Yeah.
Which means, in Italian...
Doesn't mean anything.
It's
just like the name of the village, yeah.
And where is it, like near Bern?
Yes, it's like 15 minutes from Bern, 20
Please
minutes.
tell me what it's like. I'm really curious to know what is Tagaci like.
So if you live there, you don't have neighbors because your house is just there and then no one is around. No, it's actually nice, because when I went there to school in my first grade to 6th grade, you may be like 3 people in your class,
Wow.
Yeah, it's like crazy. It's so different to the big cities and stuff. And I think 1 to 4th grade were like in one classroom, and 5 to 9 were like in one classroom.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
but
it's
you
cool.
still, are you still in touch with like the guys or the girls that you were at school with?
No, not so much.
And do you come often there, or you never go?
Yeah, of course, my family still lives there. So every time I'm off, I try to go home and spend time with my family.
But did they already make you a statue there? I mean, there's an ALISHA statue like in Tagaci, or...
They haven't. Maybe you should suggest it.
You should buy an airport nearby, like Cristiano Ronaldo did in Madeira.
Exactly.
That would be
maybe
amazing.
in the future.
That's a goal. You should go for it. That's fine. I mean, that's really interesting to me, because living in Switzerland is something that always was near. I was born and raised not far from Switzerland. And Switzerland is something different to any other countries. How would you describe Switzerland to everybody in the world? I mean, what makes you a proper Swiss girl?
I think in Switzerland we grew up really strict. Really focused. For example, for me in Switzerland, everyone is so much focused on work. It's not like a lot of, I don't know, I feel the people in other countries are more relaxed. We are more oh, we need to work so much, we need to buy a house, have a family like this. I think this Switzerland, and yeah, I think this helped me a lot because I grew up like that. I learned the discipline really well. And then obviously I saw the English culture as well. I loved it because it's so different to the Swiss culture. And yeah, now I'm here and I love it too.
Which way is different in your opinion?
No, in England, everyone is so relaxed. They go out a lot. They enjoy the life a lot. Work maybe a little bit less,
All right.
I would say, maybe.
Yeah, usually at 4:30, they like get out of the office and go straight to the pub, right?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly, that's the difference. In Switzerland, you don't really do that. And yeah, everyone works so much. They wake up 6 in the morning, finish maybe 6 in the night, the work, and then everyone goes sleeps at like 9, 10.
And what did your parents do when you were young as a job?
So my mom is a dentist. I didn't really grow up so close to my dad. I saw him sometimes, but not so much. Yeah, so my mom worked a lot and we were like 4 children. Now my mom is married again since like 15, 20 years, I think. And my stepdad's like also like my dad,
Right.
And he's like an architect.
Wow. And so there were like 4 of you with your mom, and you are the second one, right?
Yeah.
So you have an older brother and 2 younger sisters.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I'm the one that no one
what's the-
cares about, the middle child,
All right, the middle child, the one who actually brought the surname like big worldwide
Yeah.
anyway. I was curious to know how like your Christmas day goes. I mean, it's 4 of you with everybody with their own family. I mean, do you have like nephews or stuff?
No, so my mom and my sister, my mom and my auntie, we always live together,
Okay.
Like we literally have our houses next to each other. So my 2 cousins are also like my brothers. And we like, this was like our thing,
Wow.
Like we were always together. So, and my one cousin, he's same age like me. So we like twins. We went together in school. We played football together. And we did literally everything together. So it's quite cool, yeah.
So the first time that you actually kicked the ball was with your brothers and sisters and cousins.
Not my 2 sisters, because my sister is like 5 years younger than one, and the other one's 10 years
All
younger.
right, so now your
So
your
just with
sisters
the boys,
excluded,
yeah.
just with the boys. So you were playing with the boys.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, how did you get in touch with football? I mean, what time when did you actually realize that you were able to play football? Because if I think when I was young, I mean, out of 10 boys, just 1 or 2 were not playing football. And if I think about like the girls, out of like 10 girls, just 1 maybe was like able to play or like was interested in playing. So it was not usual when I was young. And I'm a millennial. I'm almost 40, so you are younger than me for sure. So I was wondering, how did you realize that you were actually about to do it like as a professional?
So I thought at the start, obviously, we just played in school, in the breaks and stuff with the boys. And I don't know, like, I think because I grew up with my cousins and my brother, that I just wanted to do the same things they do. And then I think when I was like 6 or 7, we joined like the club. We had like twice, I think, a week training. And then, I liked it so much. My cousin stopped after a while. He did like hip hop or something, and I just continued because after they also joined 2 girls.
All right.
And these were after my best friends, So after it was like really cool because I was like, oh, I'm not the only girl. And I think my biggest strength when I was young, I was always really fast, So I was so much faster than the boys.
Wow.
And then, and then, it just went on and on. And
So you realized that you were like physically good for it. I mean, you were running faster than them, maybe like kicking the ball, like you were getting better anytime. And so there's something to take care of about like my feet and my legs, and I'm good at it. And what about like your cousin that is now a rapper? He still raps?
No, he's not a rapper.
He's in a rapper.
Why did
actually.
you think he's a rapper?
No, like you said, like he's into hip hop.
No, hip hop dance.
Ah, dance.
Dance. Sorry.
Maybe I thought like there's a musician there. Do you listen to music a lot?
All the time.
All the time.
I love music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Yeah, I like hip hop, for example. Now in Italy, we listen a lot like Spanish music and stuff.
All
so
right.
I love it.
Reggaeton
we dance bachata, a little bit. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really, I love it. And we always change a bit. The vibes, everyone likes something different. We change a bit, but yeah.
Who chooses the music like in the dressing room?
I mean, every day when we go to training, everyone can connect the phone. Doesn't matter. But before the game, it's Cristiana Cirelli.
Okay, and what songs is her favorite?
My favorite.
No, her favorite and
her
your
fav-
favorite, yeah.
I think we have like this song from Karol G.
Okay.
And we love it. You know, we know the dance, like how to dance to it
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's very upbeat.
Exactly. And then we all dance together in the dressing room.
Wow, I have to be honest. I would like to see you all dancing in the dressing room.
Okay.
That would be amazing.
Next time I will film.
Just do a video, yeah. Do a video and
Yeah.
post it on social media. And what's your favorite song in when you have like to play one, like in the dressing room? Which one would you choose, like Karol G or something else?
No, I love Karol G. I think she's amazing. Who would I choose? I also like rap. For example, my favorite rapper is Cardi B.
Cardi B, right?
I love her. Since
her.
I'm 16 years old, I love her.
She's great.
And you know what happened? She started to follow me on Instagram, and
Really?
I screamed.
So she's probably one of the most like famous person that follows you. You have many, but who's the most famous one? Apart like Cardi B, exclude Cardi B.
Probably
excluded.
Drake.
Drake. Wow, you have like the Gotha, like the pantheon of the famous musicians in the world
Yeah.
following you.
But when Cardi B followed me, I was like gassed, you know.
But did you like text? I mean, did you?
No, I didn't want to, and I had to delete all my like when I tagged her before in my stories. I deleted everything. I was like, please, I hope she didn't see it.
And what about a featuring, like singing a song together?
I don't know if my voice is that good.
You
but-
used to sing, right? And
No.
do some music.
No, yeah, I because you know I'm someone when I think in the day I write everything in my notes, and then sometimes obviously I create a song out of it.
You didn't use like the app like Suno or like the AI generating.
Yeah, now maybe I could, but the last song I did record was like maybe 3 years ago.
And what do you want to like write about? I mean, what's the thing that you write down on your notes? I mean, it's like feelings, what you see, and then what do you like to write?
Yeah, some obviously feelings, how I feel in the moment when, for example, things don't go well, and then how I feel when things go well, like something like this, or just funny things sometimes too.
So it's like writing is like a therapy to you.
Yeah, I like it. I really like it. I like to. I hope no one hacks my notes ever because
Sometimes you
it's
say
bad,
things that,
you know. Yeah,
that actually you can say like publicly.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I love it. And then sometimes I go back and I read it, and I'm like, oh, it's cool, you know.
That's cool. That's cool. Let's get back like to the first days that you had like as a footballer.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, all right, I'm playing football. It's fun, and I see that I'm good at it. But like, I would like to know what was the process that turned the younger you that actually were enjoying playing football with cousins and brothers and friends into a professional. I mean, this needs work and muscle to do it. So please tell us, how was the process?
So yeah, so I started in my little village. I love to play always. And then I remember, I think the changing point was because I moved to young boys, I think when I was like 11 or 12 years old. And I went also in the sports school. And then it was like cool, but I never thought like, oh, I really want to be a professional footballer because women's football wasn't that big at that time. And I was thinking in my head like, oh, maybe in Switzerland, you know, when you work, probably you earn more money than when you play profession. So I never thought like I will like achieve it or something, you know. I just went with the flow. Obviously, I'm someone that lives so much in the moment, and I was always like this, that I thought, yeah, if I give everything now, maybe it will be good for the future. And every day when I woke up, I thought I need to give everything now, even if I was tired, because when we were young, we had like a game on Sunday. On Monday we had training, like on the pitch and like strong training, and it was just so normal, you know. You just kept going. I went to school and did all these things. And then, I think I was 17 or 18, I got the first call-up from the first national team from Switzerland. And I remember we went to Japan in my first ever camp with the first team. And then I was like, oh, I wanna be a professional footballer. It's a dream.
It's a dream that is actually coming true. And you played for the young boys, and you were playing with the male team, right?
Yeah, so,
You did like a few matches with them?
Yeah.
What
so
happened then?
In the start, we... because in sports school, it's like you train in the morning always with the boys, and then on the weekend you play with the girls. So you switch a bit, but training you always do like with the boys and stuff, and then the games you play with the girls.
No, it's fun. Like it's really stupid. Like playing with the young boys is is something.
Yeah, it's
You know?
funny.
That's funny. It means there's a main genre on football, and that's something you're changing. I was wondering, like this last summer, I was like on holidays, and it was like mid of August, and you know, in mid of August in Italy is like. It's hot, but like everybody is off.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's
no.
on holiday.
I know.
You don't go usually on vacation only in August, right?
No, we don't.
In Italy, that's the way it is.
Yeah, because when I came here, I was like, "Where is everyone?" Like I just arrived and
They're at the beach.
I was in the city and I was like, "That's so nice, you know. It's like Switzerland. It's so calm here."
Everybody's at the beach.
Yeah.
And I was at the beach too.
Yeah.
And there were like these three girls all dressed perfectly like a pro, playing football. And I was amazed because like when I was young, that wouldn't happen. And it's crazy how things changed and how you are making this change. So I'd like to know if you feel part of a big change, and how do you feel like being one of the most like leaders on these the most important leaders on this big shift we are having on the society?
Yeah, so I think, you know, when I was young, I had like maybe 3-4 players that we could look up to. Now there's so many amazing women's football players that the young girls can look up to. And when young girls come to you and say, "Oh, you're my idol" and stuff, this gives like us a special feeling because it's not normal, you know. I never thought that I'm young that little girls come to me after and say that. So I think it's an amazing process we have right now. I think also with the Euros, the last Euros in England, then the World Cup we had in Australia and New Zealand. Now the Euros this summer will be in Switzerland, in my country, you know. I'm really excited. So I think, we're getting there. I think there's some changes in different countries still needs to happen. For example, here in Italy, if you compare it to England, it's still some years behind. But I think the way we go in the right direction. Right now, obviously, we Juventus, we have an amazing team. We have so good players. I think this is the best team I ever played in. So we have such really good players. And I think they also deserve more respect because some of them are now older and didn't live like the football we live now, because I think we like quite in a good time. Maybe 10 years like...
They were pioneers.
Exactly. They were like the ones that set the standards, and so I think they deserve like a bit more for the last few years they can play. And I hope we can do that.
Do you know what? Like I'm having like a wonderful chat with you now, wearing like this very crazy good like shirt, and I'm just like I feel emotional because I'm a supporter, I'm a fan, I'm a Juventino since forever.
Yeah.
So what's like being a Juventus footballer for you? I mean, what's like what did you feel when you first like landed in Turin, and what's like playing for this team?
No, I remember when I first arrived here, I was so nervous. Like I was so nervous because there were obviously a lot of people and stuff, and meeting the new teammates and stuff. It's like really, you get nervous, you know. And then I remember when the first time I put on the shirt before we had a friendly game, I think I was like, oh my God, is this really true? You know, it's like crazy because Juventus is such a big club, and it's such a privilege to play for a club like that, and to play like with the pride, you know, from the club and the players. It's so amazing.
And did you know like already like a few of your teammates before joining the team? I mean, you were watching them. I mean, you were like maybe who were like your favorite one? I know they are all friends in the dressing room. It's all but like who was like your favorite one when you were watching the games at the TV, the Juve game at the TV?
Yeah, I think it's Cristiano because she's for me. She's probably the best striker I ever saw, because I see her like every day in training, I see her in the games, and for me, I can learn so much from her, you know. Like she's a really, really good player, and also really funny.
Yeah,
you know,
funny.
She's so funny. Like she makes so many jokes, and like she's always in a good mood and makes everyone laugh.
Like she does jokes like in Italian or in English? I mean, what language do you use in the dressing room?
No, in our dressing room, obviously everyone can speak a bit of English.
Okay, but like, do you know a bit of Italian then? Apart the marvelous, world famous "Ciao Bianconeri." come stai, which is your tag. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. And just to let everyone know, I actually know that it was wrong. Okay.
It was like I was not properly wrong. I mean, you could like maybe refer like to the singular individuals in the crowd. Maybe you were like talking
Yeah,
directly
that's
to
what I
each of
wanted
them.
to do because it's more like personal, you know.
It's like more personal, yeah. It's like come state. Come stai is more to you like Italian is difficult to learn.
I think some words are like similar to French as well and Portuguese, of course. But so you know the story about this Bianconeri come stai.
Okay.
I tell you this now, okay?
I wanna
So I came here, right? And this was like the only thing I really knew. And they were like, oh, you need to say ciao Bianconeri. And then I was like, yeah, but I know come stai. And then I was like, let's say it like that. Ciao Bianconeri, come stai. And then everyone was like writing it in social media. And I was like, huh? It's funny maybe, you know, maybe everyone thinks, oh, it's so cool, or I don't know.
Yeah, it
and then
was.
after a month, you know, I was here, I was training, and then Cristiana came to me, she was like, Lish, you know, it's actually wrong. And I was like, what do you mean it's wrong? So I was saying that for 1 month, no one told me. I said somewhere, no one of the media team, no one of my teammates, no one. You know, it was hilarious, really.
But like because nobody thought there are two options. choose yours. I mean, everybody was being very kind, not saying anything. The other is maybe it was not that wrong. I mean, it was a bit wrong, not that wrong. What would you choose between the two of them? They were kind, or it was
They were kind.
They were kind. Everybody loves you.
Or maybe some players didn't even know.
Exactly.
You know?
That's it. You said that.
Exactly.
You said that. And do they call you Lish?
Yeah, Lish.
In the dressing room? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Lish.
I mean, when I came, everyone called me Ali.
Ali.
Yeah.
Ali
So
more Italian.
because when I go on the street, everyone's always Ali.
In Italian is more like Ali.
Yeah.
But Lish is
Lish is like my nickname.
What like how your mom and your sisters call you?
I mean, when I was young, my mom called me Ali.
Ali.
She only calls my full name when she's mad.
All right.
You know, so I'm
Very
scared.
nice.
But they call me like, or Lish now, I would say.
Lish, yeah, you're Lish for everybody.
Yeah.
And how like your fans like on social media like to call you Ali or Lish?
I think now everyone calls me Lish. But in Italy, everyone calls me Ali.
Ali, okay, that's fine. I was wondering like if it's like to you that actually in the last 7 years you lived in 4 different cities, right? And before that, like you actually travel abroad a lot because you work like apart of your being a footballer, you work a lot like abroad. Is it like kind of like confusing being living like in different countries, speaking different languages? I mean, how do you feel like having this kind of life?
No, I actually love it because you have to think my life never is boring. Like every time I learn something different because when you go from city to city and people speak other languages or something, you always learn something. And I'm someone, I like to meet people who I can like learn something from. So when I have a chat with someone, I always like, I don't know, I think in my head, oh, what can I learn from this person, you know, to be like, help me in my life or whatever. And I really like that because I think, yeah, you can always take something with you in your bag, you know?
Yeah. It's part of the journey.
Exactly.
And how many languages do you speak?
So Swiss.
Okay.
It's like German, but with like a strong accent, you know? So the Germans don't really understand.
Is it a dialect? Do you feel it like a dialect or is it just like German with a different accent?
No, I would say it's a dialect, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So some Germans don't really understand us. When we
What's the
speak.
difference? Tell me a word in German and a word in Swiss, like so I can feel the difference.
So the most famous word in Swiss we always say is Hochgeschli.
Hochgeschli.
Yeah, and it's
Okay, what is that?
it's like the cabinet of the kitchen.
Okay.
The kitchen cabinet.
It's Hochgeschli.
Hochgeschli.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And this is really Swiss.
This is really Swiss. And how they say that like in Germany?
Küchenkabinett.
Küchen. Okay.
Yeah.
Which like
it's you hear it's the same, but sometimes when you speak fast.
No, I don't hear it's the same actually. You're telling me because to me they are two different words.
Yeah.
Completely.
But so then in Switzerland we have so many different accents as well.
Okay, yeah, because there are many influences, right?
Yeah, like in Italy, for example, the south they speak different than the north.
Yeah, for sure. And so you speak Swiss, then you speak German for sure.
Yeah, German, French,
too?
English, Portuguese, and now I learn Italian.
What's apart like Bianconeri come stai, which is your favorite?
No, io parlo un po'.
Parli un po'.
Sì, parlo un po'.
Cioè,
Sì,
se
sì.
parlassimo un po' in italiano, comunque no? Potremmo fare una... Sì.
Io ho capito. No, but I understand more than I can speak, because speak is like more difficult, you know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And I think that you have to feel comfortable speaking a different
Exactly.
language. Like it's all about confidence.
And now I prefer to listen a bit more, and then after I can, maybe next season I can start to speak, you know.
start
Yeah.
to- And how's living in Turin? Do you like it?
I love it, you know, because Turin is like not the biggest city, but it like we have everything here. It's so calm. It's like quiet, you know, where we live and stuff. So I like it. I really like it.
That's good. And I was wondering, talking about like the way you actually approach your life, the fact that you are very popular, and the fact that you actually speak many different languages, and you every day relate with like people from all over the world. How many followers you have like on Instagram? Like 16 millions. How many of them are from like how many different countries? Do you know that?
I don't know.
Have you ever looked at the
No, I
insights?
checked.
How many people like from how many countries do follow you, right?
No, so many different
So many,
countries.
like 50?
Probably.
Wow,
I would say probably.
crazy,
I
yeah.
never checked how many is, but probably a lot, yeah.
Don't you
Different
feel
countries.
like you have to find a key to speak to all of them? Because all of them, they're all like from different countries. They have like their own sensibility, like on topics. So don't you feel like sometimes, right, I would like to say this, but how can I communicate well to all these people living in different countries?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think now with the English as the main language, I just speak English.
And has there been a time in your like being a social media star, you said, I'd like to say this, but no, that is too much. It's too like I don't know, it's too dangerous to say that, so I'm not like saying anything. Times in which you prefer to stay silent on something.
No, 100%. In a lot of things, I would like to say something, but I prefer to not say something, because at the end, you know, I'm a football player. My focus is so much on football, and I don't really need the stress from social media, because a lot of people don't agree with you, and a lot of people do. So it's like kind of stress I don't want to really get involved with.
I
would
was
say.
wondering, like, how did you, at a certain point, manage to be such a superstar? I mean, I was thinking while driving to Turin to record this interview with you. All right, think about like opening like Instagram, and every day is like plus 1,000, plus 5,000, plus 10,000. How does that like influence your life? I mean, what do you think about like watching these numbers growing up so fast? It's crazy. I mean, it's something that you need balls to address. Yeah,
Yeah, I need big balls.
which is very sexist. I'm sorry, yeah, but it was a joke.
No, of course. No, it's funny. I think
funny,
I
yeah.
think it's funny.
It was like
I
kind of
always
a
laugh
joke.
about everything. So
Okay, that's amazing. She's so kind. She saved me.
No, of course. No, when I was young, I was like, oh, that's so cool, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, it's still like so cool. But you know, I'm someone, I don't actually use my phone so much.
You don't use your phone.
Yeah,
now.
because everyone always comes to me and say, Lish, how long do you stay on your phone a day? And I was like, guys, I'm never on my phone. When we go eat, for example, I never check my phone. When I stay with my family, I don't use my phone.
But do you have a social media manager? No. Do you post your own stuff?
No, I post my own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But she always tells me what to post.
All right.
And what time and stuff, you know. And sometimes when because I always sleep in the afternoon, and sometimes I just oversleep it, you know.
Well, one of the things that impressed me most about you is the fact that you love sleeping, and
Yeah.
that's amazing. I love sleeping too. People don't realize that actually like training is not the best thing if you're a professional. Like resting well is as much as important.
100%. And I feel also because when you do like a physical training, obviously you get more tired. And then after we had lunch, my eyes start to get tired, you know, and I need a nap. And sometimes I wake up 4 hours later.
4 hours later, because like you train well, so you are very much like physical, like into it. So maybe you just get tired and you need some rest. That's it.
Yeah.
And I was wondering about your nails. Show the world your nails, which are very important. I mean, how can you play with such nails? I mean, it's how do you manage to have like those things on your hands while you play?
You want to see this one?
That's what you do. Okay.
No, so I don't know. I'm a girl, you know. I'm a girly girl, and I always like to do my nails. And I'm not a fullback. I don't have to do throw-ins or anything. So yeah, but you know, people are actually like overrating this situation because it doesn't change anything if I have nails or not.
Yeah.
No.
And I was reading a very good interview you did with a Spanish newspaper, I think,
Yeah.
in which they asked you about like how do you feel like people criticizing you playing with your makeup on, which is something that I never thought about. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize you were having makeup while you're playing because it's something normal. Like, but did they actually do people like criticize you for that? For real?
All the time.
Wow.
Like,
And what do they write you? I mean, do you even care about what they say?
no, I don't care.
Okay.
Like if it's someone that tells me, you know, I always think if I do something and my mom tells me it's not good, then I don't do it. But as long as she don't tell me it's not good, then it's fine. But no, people always hate that I wear makeup when I play. But I don't know what's the problem because I don't hurt anybody, you know? Like what's the problem? And I'm a girly girl. I can also play without, but it's becoming like my thing. And sometimes now I enjoy when they're angry.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now even I put more lipstick because of you saying you didn't like it. So now it's your fault.
The more you say, the more lipstick I use.
Because it's like, I don't know what's the problem. I'm not hurting anyone. It's not like I do something bad to someone, you know. It's just my thing. And I always done it. So, yeah.
That's simply why
I really don't. I never understood why people like are
But
so
do you
mean.
even care about like being hated on social media? I mean, having such confidence as you seem you have means that you don't care about what they write. But is there something that actually maybe like hurt you a bit, like in these like last years? Something that you read and you said, "All right, this is disturbing. I wouldn't have read it."
Yeah.
So did it happen? And what
no.
did they write you?
Normally, I don't really care.
Okay.
But like actually 2 weeks ago, one she works like in Switzerland for the Euros and stuff. She was also an ex-player, and she did this podcast with like a newspaper in Switzerland. And then she said like things that actually hurt me a bit because I played with her also in the national team, and she went like to the newspaper and say things like this, and I thought like, oh, we're friends, you know. I wouldn't say something like that, and I'm also someone I would never say something about other women. And the thing is, you know, if people have an opinion about my football when I don't play a lot or whatever, I don't care. It's your opinion, you know. It's the game. Football can change so fast. But if it's like about my personal life, then it hurts me a bit. But only from people like that I care about, you know. And yeah, so
I got this. So the problem was not what she said, but the fact that she said it.
Exactly.
And she wanted to do it because she knew what the effect could be actually.
Yeah.
And did you want it to? I mean, did you want to reply to her? Like, did you decide to say something about what she said in the newspaper?
Yeah, of course. I sent her a voice note that I didn't think it was okay.
So you did it like privately?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent a voice note and I was like, look, I didn't think this is okay because you don't understand how my life works. Because she said like something that I spend too much time on social things, you know, with brands and stuff. And that's why my football is worse, so I'm not playing or whatever. And these things hurt me because if people actually see how much I work, like the players here, for example, Juventus, we train every day so hard, and I'm is so professional. I'm never late. I do everything to be the best every day. And then when people like I know and have like the knowledge of football say something like this is just a little bit sad, you know?
Yeah.
It made me like a bit upset, but now it's fine.
No, it's fine. I'm happy about it. And I know that, your teammates say about you, that you're very humble, that you work a lot, that you're a great, like a professional, you're a great human being. That's what your teammates say. So it means it means a lot, I think, to you, huh?
No, this means the world to me because I love them all. Like I can literally sit every day with someone else and I love everybody because I never judge people, you know. I accept everyone, how we are, what decision you make, like it's fine for me, you know, as long like it doesn't hurt me if someone does something, you know. So I love the people. We have such a great team, you know, like the personality we have in this team. We love a lot together. We literally we are also a really funny team. Like everyone is funny, and I love funny people because I like to smile. And every day you come in, maybe if you don't feel so well, you look at someone and they may choke and then you feel great.
Cool. So I have a cartelletta here. Do you know cartelletta?
Yeah.
Cartelletta. That's the cartelletta, Juventus Creator Lab. Have you seen how cool is this Creator Lab? You're a creator. You are the best creator in the world. You should. I mean, give a review on TripAdvisor at the Juventus Creator Lab.
Okay.
How would you rate it?
What's the highest? 10 stars? 5 stars?
It's 10. No, I don't know. Like if on
Okay, let's do 10.
10. Okay, it's fine.
10 stars, yeah.
Okay, I have a cartelletta and I have a few things here. All right. We're not sure. I mean, yeah. Millennials. You are Gen Z. I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
I would like to know if you know any of the most important thing happened the year you were born.
Yeah.
1999. 999. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Okay. Do you know this song? I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is it big like in?
Yes.
It went out in 1999, so it's perfect. Great anthem.
Yeah.
And do you know Mambo number 5? Mambo number 5. I'm not very good at singing actually. Yeah.
I love music so probably, but now I.
But do you know Living La Vida Loca, for example?
Yeah.
Oh, 3 songs that went out when you were born. Perfect.
But the 90s songs are really good.
You like
Anyways,
you like
I love
90s
it.
vibe? Cool.
Love it.
So let's get to the to one game we'd like to do together.
Yeah.
So the cartelletta is here. Let me pick it first. Social quick fire questions. Cartelletta. Small quick fire questions with ALISHA LEHMANN, right? Dua Lipa or Taylor Swift?
Dua Lipa.
Most famous person you have on your contact list?
I don't know.
Most listened to artist in the pre-match?
Cardi B.
A player you would have to play with or to play with in the future?
That I play with, I want to play with.
Both. You wanted to play and you'd like to play with in the future?
Bonmati.
Marta or Bonmati?
Yeah, now I have to say Marta because she's like a legend.
Guilty pleasure, like something you are a bit ashamed of and you would actually say it in public.
Okay, I like horror movies.
Horror movies.
I love it.
All right, what's your favorite one?
Sinister.
A very true friend that you have in the football world?
Right now in Turin. Abby. Brighton.
Okay. And
I have 2 and Lizzie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what makes you feel a proper Swiss girl?
I like cheese a lot.
Cheese a lot.
And
yeah.
chocolate.
Switzerland is very about like cheese and
Exactly,
chocolate.
yeah.
Two great pleasures in life.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you were not ALISHA LEHMANN, who would you be?
I want to be like my mother, I think.
All right. That's
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Because she's so cool, my mom.
If I was your mom, I would be proud of you
Oh,
for
thank
sure.
you.
What's in your locker in the dressing room?
Boots
Boots.
and like shower things.
Favorite character in Prison Break?
Michael.
Soundtrack of your life?
Probably one tune of Alicia Keys.
Very, very classy. And have you ever thought about like being an actress?
No.
No?
I mean, it would be fun.
Would be fun. And what kind of like movies would you like to play?
Horror movies.
Horror movies? Wow. Shining with ALISHA LEHMANN.
But I don't want to be like the girl that gets killed.
Okay, no,
Because you're running and like always this stupid thing happens and I always think, yeah, just take something and, you know?
You'd like to be the killer then?
No,
the
I
one
can't
who
say
kills.
this too.
Yeah, but in
Just
horror
a
movies,
neutral one that survives at the end.
you have 2 options in horror movies. You get killed or you kill. What do you
No,
do?
always one survives.
So you're the one who survives.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And brand for your like dream partnership?
I would say Louis Vuitton.
So I think like at Small Talk we have now to, close the circle and to celebrate the ritual. So I'm taking the picture that you brought to us, right? Which is here. Very, very nice. And I'm asking you to show everybody to the camera what's in this picture and to write down a message you would send to the younger version of yourself. Show. Wow. That's a very, very nice
Right?
young
I always
ALISHA.
like the sleep.
How old were you in this picture?
I don't know, maybe like 3.
3?
I would
Very
say.
young, yeah. Very young.
And also like the
The Chupa Chups?
yeah.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah. But you didn't actually you survived that getting asleep with the chupa chups in your mouth,
Yeah.
because it can be dangerous.
I know, and my mom is a dentist. She never gave me any sweets,
And what message would you send to that young Alicia sleeping on with your head on the table? Write it down.
Get enough sleep.
No, don't say anything. Just write it down, and then
Here,
we're gonna read. Yeah. Always be yourself. Please read it for us.
Always be yourself.
ALISHA LEHMANN for Juventus Creator Lab and for at Small Talk. That's nice. I saw something that I not even realized before. No, your tattoos.
Oh.
They are very funny. Could you please show it again?
Yeah.
Allora, you have your own face.
Yeah.
With the number 71.
Yeah. My
That's
mom,
correct?
1971.
Okay, your mom. And what do you have in your fingers? Please show it.
This was the card of the queen, but the heart left.
All right.
And then a crown and the diamond.
That's ALISHA LEHMANN, boys and girls. One of the best chat ever at Small Talk. Grazie mille.
One of the best chats.
Yeah, one of the best. Oh no, the best chat ever.
Yeah, grazie mille.
I destroyed everything at the very end. Ciao Bianconeri, come state? I feel bad.
Bianconeri.
Ciao.